Undertale and Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2 are riddled with secrets and no less secret bosses. So Sorry, Glide, Mad Mew Mew, and two more from the Deltarune series, Jevil and Spamton Neo. Now you may think I'm mad after you hear this, but I think that Deltarune's secret bosses are based on bosses from Undertale. Allow me to explain. Just quickly, I wanted to say that the secret Deltarune bosses are a bit like little bonus editions that are very hard fights that contain a little tippet of lore reveals, both pointing towards a certain fellow some called Gia. Oh, okay, now let's start with Jevil.
I can do anything!
Jevil's a bit of a strange fellow. From dialogue, we find out he was once the palace jester, but one day a strange man he meets makes him begin to go insane, which results in him being tossed into dungeons. Jevil's character reminds me of a similar character we know has way too much knowledge about everything that's happening around them, much like Jevil, and a character who, again like Jevil, directly interacts with the player in terms of their soul and their decisions in their game. I'm of course talking about Sans. Their similarities are not as deep as the next two, but are still quite similar, and I think Jevil could definitely be based off of Sans if my theory is correct. Chapter 2's secret boss, however, solidifies my theory even further. Spamton, or more correctly named Spamton Neo, if the name hasn't already applied, possesses similar qualities to Metatton, from them both being just a single small figure to becoming a Neo form, to their Neo form colour being quite similar, and that yellow shooting soul only used in their fights. Oh, and I nearly forgot, Spamton Neo's theme incorporates part of Metatton Neo's theme. So if we have Sans as Jevil and Metatton as Spamton Neo, then who could possibly be the third? And I quickly want to establish that I'm not counting Azrael because it's kind of obvious he'll be the final boss in the last chapter, because Toriel says in chapter 1 that it's a week until he comes back and there's 7 chapters. So that leaves Undyne, Papyrus, Nabstablook, Toriel and Asgore. And Flowey if you count the flower in Azrael's shop. And I know, Nabstablook's more of just like a mini boss and only has about 2 attacks, but I'm still gonna count him. Toriel is actually there when Chris creates the dark fountain in their living room, so she'll probably be a party member in chapter 3, so I don't think it will be her, but the person who I think it will be is Nabstablook. Okay, now hear me out. Toriel called the police, Undyne and Nabstablook, and so they will turn up at the house and will probably go into the house, and so they will enter the dark world. Now, I've seen a lot of people saying that Undyne will be the secret boss, but I think it's more likely that Undyne will be a normal boss, like Birdly, normal Spamton, etc, and Nabstablook will be the secret boss. But I could be wrong. I'm sure it's a lot more likely that an Undyne-y type character will be the secret boss. But remember, it's just a theory. A Deltarune Chapter 3 theory. But that's it for this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.